Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Now the name of blasphemy means Holy Rome, with the first official Pope, Pope Boniface III. Now the 7 heads is Rome, sitting on 7 hills. The sea means many people. And the beast is the Babylonic worldly system operating within that empire at that time. And the 10 horns is the Catholic Church, and the crowns is the ecumenical council within the Catholic Church. Verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him power and his seat and great authority. Now the leopard was the Grecian Byzantine Empire. The bear was Medo-Persia, and the lion was Babylon. After these little empires came the Roman Empire with great authority. Now verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Now, and his deadly wound was healed means this is where pagan Rome turns to papal Rome. Verse 4. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him? Now the Roman Empire became very powerful, to the point that who was able to make war with him? Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Now, one of the blasphemies was the doctrine of infallibility. The Pope is never wrong, in other words, failing or making a mistake. That's in the English dictionary. Brought out by the popes in 1870, so as to make them unapproachable. Now, 42 months is 42 times 30 is 1,260. Now, verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given unto him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. Now, power was given him over all kindreds means the popes had total control over many people, even dictating over kings. In verse 8, And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, of the lambs slain from the foundation of the world. Now, if you're not born again, then you'll be serving the beast system. In other words, the worldly system operating around you. This is what is known as worshipping the beast. In order to have your name written in the book of life, you must become born again. See what Jesus says in John chapter 3, verse 3, verse 5 and verse 7. Verse 9. If any man has an ear to hear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with a sword must be killed with a sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. Now the 2 horns like a lamb, this was the Lateran Council, a political force that was in support of the Pope's power to change laws and to decree edicts in order to kill Christians. Verse 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Now the first beast is pagan Rome. Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Now in the sight of men means many Christians were burnt alive at the stake by the Catholic Church in the sight of people. Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwells on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Now the statue of Mary crying is one supposed miracle. Carrying on from verse 14, that dwells on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. Verse 15. And had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now many Christians were killed because they would not bend the knee to the wishes of the popes. Verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads. Now the mark has never been a literal mark. It implies as to what's inscribed into your thinking and what you're putting your hand to. Are you putting the hand to the plough, in other words preaching the gospel if you're a Christian, or are you worshipping the worldly system more than the Lord thy God? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Now, no man might buy or sell means no person was allowed to buy or sell or own land or enter into any contract unless they were involved in the Catholic Church during those days. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, the number of a man means Latin man, Latinos. Latin is the liturgy of the Catholic Church. The Pope wears upon his pontifical crown in jewelled letters this title, Vicaris Filii Dei, meaning Vice-Regent of the Son of God, the numerical value of which the title is 666. It is the number of the beast, in other words the papacy. It is the number of his name, for he adopts it as his distinctive title. It is the number of a man, for he who bears it is the man of sin.